Hello everybody, this is the Rabid Hedgehog, and this is my ride and review of the 2016 Suzuki Bandit 1250. And this is an inline 4 bike and fully faired bike. It's actually kind of the younger, much bigger brother than the GSF that I rode not too long ago. It's actually a model they just recently re-released, as they did give it a hiatus for a few years there. And I'm at Oklahoma Honda Suzuki in Del City, Oklahoma for this demo ride. Alrighty. Alright, first impression just coming around that corner is how amazingly smooth this bike is. This bike is really, really smooth. I'm surprised no vibrations or anything through the handlebars or anything like that. It's very, very smooth, very buttery. Whenever you're looking around at the control scheme of this bike, it is actually a very, very simple affair, which I love that. A lot of bikes have gone with traction control schemes, power modes, and things like that. This particular one, being that it is a 1250, I'm surprised it doesn't have something of that nature. So I'm happy about that. Engine braking is kind of non-existent, but we're not going that quick right now. But very smooth bike altogether. Anyway, back to the controls. On the right side, of course, you got your standard affair of your kill switch and your start switch, and on the left side you have hazard, you have your turn signals, horn, and a flash to pass on the back end, along with your bright selection switch. This particular bike is a very, very smooth bike. Wow, I'm just impressed by, I'm gonna keep saying that. I mean, I'm just impressed by how smooth it is. Now, I'm not really able to get it going because I'm not supposed to pass, but I kind of got a DR 400 over there, and it's just not exactly the fastest thing in the world, but this thing has gobs of power. Now, this bike is fitted with ABS. It has twin disc Tokimo or something like that on the front, and then it's got a standard single disc brake on the back. Man, this thing is just so smooth. And wind protection is extremely adequate for this bike. I mean, I'm not having a problem at all with buffeting or anything like that. It does have a standard riding position, so it kind of pushes you a little bit forward into the tank, but not too bad at all. Not extremely aggressive, and it's very comfortable, actually. It's exactly like the GS 500F I was riding. It almost looks the same too up front. What you got up front is a digital speedometer, and also gas gauge, clock, and your odometers. Then you also have an analog tachometer, ABS, and fuel injection warning lights on that side. Also, your on your right side you have neutral selection, your oil warning, and temperature and bright on or off. Yeah, the engine braking is pretty much non-existent. Very balanced bike, too. Still in first gear and was pulling 40 miles an hour. Just kind of letting it air out a little bit, but not really able to since I'm in a group, but still pretty impressive first go pull there. I mean, this thing is just amazingly smooth. I have no idea what he's doing. Now, the levers do have the adjustable positioning on it already from the factory, so that's awesome. I love it when they come stock like that. It's a very good thing to do whenever you can adjust it and make it fit your hands and things like that. And that way you can make this bike fit yourself a lot better. This bike does come with its service stand as well, so that way you can work on it you know, without purchasing any additional equipment. So it has both kickstand and service stand. God, this thing is just amazing. I love this thing. It's just as compliant of a chassis, I mean, as the other GSF. You can just feel it want to turn and have fun. Like he's having fun on the Supermoto over there. This is actually my second Suzuki ride where I got stuck behind the Supermoto, and I was on the Hayabusa last time, which was so disappointing because I couldn't do anything. Suspension's really good. I just hit that bump and, you know, it wasn't that bad at all. Still trying to use that non-existent engine braking, especially when your neutral doesn't work right. But yeah, it's still going down through the gears, doesn't work too well.
If you don't mind, here in a minute, I'm going to leave a little bit.
Okay, so I'll go ahead of you. Also, this bike has extremely smooth transmission. Shifts in and out very well, very precise. Definitely tell where you're going with it. That's beautiful transmission. Man, just the smoothness of this bike, quite impressive. Very comfortable, man. I could take this thing off for a long trip. We'll get some impressions of it on the interstate here, I hope. But yeah, this is just simply a nice bike. And I'm glad they brought back the Bandit. They've had it for a long time. And like I said, they let it go. And I always did like the Bandit. I always liked the way it looked. Very simple, you know, very good looking bike all the time. And I mean, it looks just as good. I'll get some pictures of that as well. You know, and like I said, the 1250 4-cylinder is absolutely an amazing engine. It has great power, great responsiveness. I mean, I could barely twist this thing. You can see it lurch like that. I mean, it's just, I don't think I'm in third too. I don't know. I haven't checked for a gear indicator yet. Yeah, engine braking is near non-existent. Woohoo! This thing takes off. I love it. Wow. I just can't believe, I mean, I just can't believe how good this bike feels. I mean, power is great, the distribution of the weight is great, it's got a very low center of gravity. Like I said, it turns very, very well. Very well. Just so comfortable too. Just wish I didn't have a group ride going on so I could take it beyond what we're doing right now. Sometimes you wish for a little bit more just to get a better impression. Now, visibility out of the mirrors are great. They're mounted far forward, so they're way out there. They get great great visibility, and they don't have any vibration going through them at all either, so that's very good as well. Keep trying that engine braking, hoping it's going to work out. It hasn't yet. The braking package on this does work very well. Rev it all the way to 7,000, it works just fine. Golly, this thing is amazing. Woo! Oh, I love this bike. I can't praise this thing enough. I'm just gonna laugh, have fun now. Yeah, the braking on this thing is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. The clutch is butter. I mean, you could just one finger it. I mean, this thing is just born to ride. Oh, I love this thing. All right, we'll get up on the interstate here hopefully soon. I think this is going to be our turn off for it and give you impressions of it getting on there. Oh, this thing is awesome. Nice long ride they're giving us. pull over and wait for our other part there. Oof. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Alrighty. What I've been waiting for. How does this thing handle on the interstate? Pretty well, probably. Oh, this thing has great power for getting on. Oh man. God, this thing is wonderful. I don't know why they stopped making it there for a little bit. Maybe to make it better. Great job, Suzuki, with the Bandit, for sure. This is one of the finest standards I've rode in a long time. This engine is one of the best. It's got great power all the way through the bend. Revs are right up to 9 grand easy. I mean, this thing is this thing is a simple bike to use, even if you're newer. It's got good power where you don't worry about slamming into it and killing yourself at the same time. You can actually grow into this one because it has great response throughout the rev range. And I mean, you can control it so easily and modulate. It's amazing what you can do just with your right wrist with this bike. You can either slam it and fly or just take off slowly and buttery. I mean, this thing is a great all-around bike, as a great, just something to grow into, or even a good touring bike if you put some bags on it. It does have the latches and stuff for the trunk standard for it. So I mean, this thing is awesome. This thing is a very delightful, awesome, well-riding bike. So this is a Rabid Hedgehog approved bike. I'm going to put all the specs and stats of this bike in the details below. That way I can have them more accurate instead of trying to quote them from my head so I don't get everything jumbled up. So at any rate, this is the Rabid Hedgehog. If you're looking for a Suzuki in Oklahoma or a Honda, go to Oklahoma Honda Suzuki in Del City, Oklahoma. Tell them a Rabid Hedgehog sends you. And I'll be riding some more bikes here today, and I'll be getting back with you on another review. Keep the shiny side up. Have a good one.